What's up? This is my breakdown of Kuzenbo gameplay for my boy Greg. Okay, let's get right into it. We have our Watcher's Gift. We have our Boots 2 star with Blink. Blink's very good on Kuzenbo because you could blink past their team and push them back into your team. That's pretty good. You could also, the ult does some damage. You could blink ult them too. It's just overall pretty good. Right here, the Daji is trying to jump party. So I say, fuck your jump party. I hate fun. I'm going to try to kill you. And then, I waited for my cooldowns to come up, and then I fight her again. And then, just racking up the player damage, padding the stats, making myself feel good about myself. I get rooted. This whole fight's kind of meaningless. I'm just hitting the Sobek because he's low. Switch to the that guy. Goomba. And then at this point, I'm out of mana. Half health. I just get out. Bert keeps going because he's Chad. Keeps going. There's nothing I could have gave him there because, my autos don't do that much. And now I'm just looking to get a push on somebody. Anybody's a good target. It's early game. I last hit that kill. It's very important. As a support, you generally want to take every last hit you can because you need the farm more than your shit teammates. So that's really important to know. I figure maybe someone was there to follow up. Nobody was there. He was a low health target. Probably could have died. I look over here and I see people fighting over here, so I'm gonna run over, try to last hit that kill. But I don't get it, and then my team just kills them, so that's cool. I didn't really do much. I guess I zoned out the Sun Wukong. Made him back, and then my team just gets a free, fucking 4v2 on right, so that's pretty cool. He misses Pluck, so I try to displace him into my team so they could try to kill him, but sadly he's way too tanky already, so there's no point. Daji's looking to chase. I don't have cooldowns up. He just dies. Wasn't fast enough. I try to keep her into my team with my ult. Because the ult stops people from running past you, kind of. You could slow them down a lot and keep them in range of your team to kill, so that's why I ulted. Gonna start to build into Thebes, because, you get the stacks pretty quickly in Arena. Gives you a lot of protections. So this guy's out of position. He dies. I look to try to extend it. I push this guy into my team. And sadly, they didn't really follow him up. Right now, I'm just looking to do damage on Cupid. He's the main target because I could reflect his damage really well. Try to push him out of position. I forced his ult there. I actually caught his dash too and forced his ult, but my team was kind of doing other things, and then I get Kumba ulted and just die. Unfortunate, but it's alright. Long cooldown. Actually, we already have a lead, so respawn timer is kind of long. Right now, I'm probably looking to push somebody else. I just do some poke to him. I'll probably try to push him. Kind of push him that way. Didn't really work too well. Just pulls out. Again, I'm on Cupid. I'm trying to do damage to him. I have to ult here because he's plucks me. And then I think I die. Yeah, just probably went too far and then I got plucked backwards. He's trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do. Because early game the Guardians are kind of squishy, so you try to get the enemy Guardian out of position and then your team can kill them. So I try to do that to them and then he does it to me and I die for it. Well, late game you don't really want to push Guardians. Late game you just want to sit on the carries really. But early game, like this Kumba's pretty killable. I could just push him into the wall. And then my Nox drops her too and she dies. Yeah, right now, the Cupid's always looking juicy. I'm just, I want that ass. And I try to push him. He kind of jukes it. He forces beads anyway. Getting him to juke there actually slows him down a lot. Because he has to kind of swerve around and my team could just run in a straight line at him. So he actually forces beads because he has to try to juke my push. So even though it's not really doing anything, it still gets his beads. Because my Nox was there to help me. He's gonna ult. I'm gonna throw that. That doesn't really do anything. That was a bad throw. Head 1. And then this guy, try to push him. I lag there, and I end up still getting the push. And he just dies there. I'm trying to sit between them and their fountain so I can push them into my team. You know, it's pretty interesting positioning yourself when you're Kuzenbo, because a lot of times you do want to try to sit behind them and get the push. So I don't think we kill this guy. I think he gets out. That misses. And we just get out. This is a good target for me to push right now because he's kind of in the middle of us. So I push him in, force his ult. Generally, if somebody's near a wall, you push them, because the longer they're against the wall, the longer they're CC'd and very easy for your team to kill. The further they are from the wall, you know, it takes time for them to get to the wall, and you know the dash is on a timer, so it's less time that they're sitting still against the wall. So again, I'm on Cupid. I'm just trying to get him out of this fight. So far, he's done no damage to me, and he's just been out of the fight. My team loses anyway, but I'm just harassing the shit out of this guy. They force my ult. He dies though anyway because I think Nox ulted him. And then they do that, and I try to get out, and I get out. And I'm a happy boy. I did some damage with my ult, and I hit a lot of people with it. And then here I am, just trying to push this guy. He's actually marked by Hou-Yi right now, so he's even better of a target for me to push. Because I don't know if Hou-Yi had his 1-up or not, but he gets the bonus penetration when he's marked by Hou-Yi. Right now I see that guy's dead, so I'm just going to try to push somebody else into my team too to try to get a double kill. But he's tanky. I got mezzed right there, and I'm dead. So if you get your push mezzed out as Kuzenbo, kind of sucks. I'm going Pridwin right now because Pridwin, I like Pridwin. Gives you cooldown. Cooldown's really good to have as Kuzenbo because you just get more abilities off and you just push people around and disrupt the fight more. So also, I'm using my 2 a lot. You notice I throw my 1 and I use my 3, and then I reflect. Because what the reflect's really good for is the reflect's good for just being in their face without abilities and not really doing much other than just getting hit. Because it'll lower your cooldown on your 1 and your 3, which is your more impactful ability. And, you know, you don't really have to have cooldowns up when your 2's up. Because your cooldowns will come back up faster. So I get knocked up. Couldn't get the push on Daji. Sun Wukong's looking good. He's low health, but he gets away. Doesn't matter. Team gets him anyway. So I'm just gonna try to, you know, might as well try. I actually get pulled into tower, into fountain right here. So yeah, you know. Daji does this the whole match. If you're anywhere near her fountain, she will ult you. And she actually gets me like 3 times this game, so that's cool. And I didn't really have much time to react because she's just getting me and then immediately activating it. So I don't have time to ult. Because if I had time to ult, I would have. But, you know, no reaction time. So right now, just popping my 2 because my abilities were down and just running at them. And then get an ult. This guy's getting pushed. I push him into the wall again. He just gets out. You know, just popping my 2, standing on their carries. On their Daji and their Cupid. They're pretty tanky. So I try to push this guy back into the Hou-Yi ult, but he birds away from me, so I couldn't get it. He's calling attack, so I'm like, alright, fuck it. And I attack, and then, yeah, you know. I turn around off the Cupid because I see I'm not getting any help there, and I see there's a Sobek behind me, so I figure if they might need help back there securing that kill. So I turn around and I leave the Cupid alone to go push the Sobek backwards. Nothing to do, they're doing camps. We're all just waiting for everybody to buy items, get out of base. So I'm like, alright, I'm just going to troll this guy and run after him and taunt. And then my team actually comes and they're like, oh, you're trying to kill the Sobek? I'll kill the Sobek. I'm like, no, I wasn't really trying to kill the Sobek, but I guess now I'll try to kill the Sobek. And then we try to kill the Sobek. And, doesn't work too good. I mean, he's, you know, he misses blocks, so that's really good. So I'm like, alright, push him into the wall. Get him in the wall. Throw my one slows, so a lot of times you push them into the wall, and then once that ends, you slow them. And then they're out of position and slowed. So then, you know, it's a pretty easy kill for your team to get. It's all about just getting people out of position. Like right now, you know, I'm just getting the Daji out of position. And she dies. Trying to do the same thing with Cupid. You know, I pop my 2, I get hit, my 3's already back up again. You know, that's what's OP about Kuzenbo, is when your abilities are on cooldown, you just use your 2, and you stand there and just get hit, and then your abilities come back up in like fucking 2 seconds, and then you just go again. And then I do that, blah blah blah. I'm just like standing in there trying to get my cooldowns back up with my 2, and then, you know, doing that. I die. Went too far, you know, and they just kept coming out of base, man. And I'm gonna go Mel Renewal. I forgot to mention I went Breastplate because it did a lot of physical damage. And cooldown's good. Right now I'm actually overcapped on cooldown, but only by 10%, so it's not that bad. If I went Tank Boots, I would be fine, because Pridwin's got 20 and Breastplate's got 20. And now I'm just going to go Mill of Renewal, because this item's pretty good now. You'll see later on, once this is done, I just become stupidly tanky. I mean, I just heal so much damage. I don't think I die after I build Mill of Renewal. And I'm just going to push this guy back into the Nox damage. I don't know if I actually got it, but I tried. And we are just going to bust it down. Kill the Sun Wukong. Just kidding. He gets out. Then we're just going to run after them. Just kidding. We're going to back. Sobek's going to stop my back. Every 0 IQ Guardian player has to stop every back. That's just how it works. Nothing's really happening. This guy's way too tanky for us to kill. He's fucking broken. Just kidding. Hoi starts shredding him. I push him. He beads because he's a little bitch. And then this guy's in there too, so I'm just fucking standing there. And then I see Cupid come in, and I'm like, I fucking hate you, Cupid. And I just turn on him, and I start trying to kill him. And he's like fucking doing a lot of damage to me, but I'm reflecting it too. And it's alright. I turn around finally, and I'm like, alright, let me try to last hit this. And then I get Cupid ulted, and I just go on Daji. Anytime I see a carry anywhere near me, my brain automatically goes into kill that guy mode. And I just fucking run at him and push him. Because that's how you play Kuzenbo. You only push the Guardians when there's no carries around them. I mean, like, you shouldn't be pushing the late game Guardian when there's carries near you, because you're pushing them into the position that they want to be in. They want to be in your face and they want to be tanking damage. So that's why this guy's by himself right now, so that's why I push him. And he almost dies for it. Team loses over and right because of shit. I get mezzed. This guy pulls him. Just kidding, he missed. I'm going to try to kill Cupid. This guy dashes in. Absolute Chad. And then he Aegises and gets the fucking Bloodforge proc, so that really sucks. And I'm like, alright team, let's go. Let's get him. I ult him for damage, and immediately after the ult ends, he's still knocked up, so I'm able to get the push off. That's a nice little combo to have. Because when they're knocked up, they can't juke your push. So you just do that. You ult into the push. And then he takes damage when he hits the wall. He dies. And I'm just standing there menacingly. Yep. I push the Sobek because nobody else is there. You know. And then I pop my 2, get my chip back. Oh, there's the 2. I don't really get hit much. I try to push that guy, but he knocks me up instead. This guy gets rooted. GG easy. He dies. And And then I'm back on the Cupid. I push him back into the fight. And then boom, Cupid gets shit on. He dies. You know, anytime I see a carry get anywhere into the fight, I immediately just, you know, let me push them. Let me push them into the fight. Because as a Cupid, you don't want to be in melee range. You want to be in ranged range. So that's why, you know, anytime you can push him into melee range, it's really good for your team. You know, at this point I'm out of mana, and I have 3,000 gold, because Mail Renewal has been keeping me literally full health this whole time. So that's pretty cool. I finally get a back off, get my Embrace. You know, if I didn't have Mail Renewal, I'd probably go Boon Goon, because that's pretty cool. But, you know, I already have healing, so I'm like, alright, let me just go Embrace, let me keep my shit teammates alive. Let me keep myself alive, too. We just run it down. You know, I see Cupid shooting me with his stupid little arrows, so I'm like, fuck you, Cupid, and I throw my thing at him. And then I get knocked up, and then blah, 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 get down, and then push this guy. Little did he know, it was a trap card. Herc gets a huge push, too. They just all fucking die. I throw my one, it misses. He dies anyway. GG, easy. At this point, I'm fucking taunting. I'm like, fuck you guys, you lost the game. GG, easy. And then Daji pushes me again. And I should have canceled the push and ulted. I know. Okay, and then I get mad that I misplayed, and instead of actually owning up to my mistake, I type in chat, this Daji is such a loser, Lamau. He just sits in base waiting to ult. And you know, that, to me, that is the exact play that you're supposed to do. Is when you make a mistake, you deflect it. You talk shit. You know, you insult your teammates, you insult the enemy, you insult the game. You just hate on everybody except yourself because you know you made a mistake and you feel bad about it. So that's exactly what I did. And you know, I feel better about myself now because I insulted this guy rather than accepting the fact that I misplayed and didn't ult the Daji ult. So I'm feeling great now. I'm like, I'm about to fucking taunt them. I'm just gonna talk shit. I'm just gonna win this game, bro. It's actually, you know, we actually just blew lead. We almost warriored it and blew the lead, but we didn't, thankfully. We almost Atlanta Falconed it. You know, I'm typing in chat. This Daji's sitting in base. Okay, you see him leaving the base on the right there. Guess what? He walks back into base. He's like, oh, I could ult, Limo. And you know, he's still in base. He's still in base waiting. Keep in mind, this whole time, he's still in base. And he finally ults. He hits me with the last shot because he's so shit. I actually get out. I get out. Fuck you, Daji. You're shit. He sat in base trying to ult me the whole fucking fight. And his team just loses. Because he's a shit player. And, you know, this whole time I'm thinking, like, this guy's in base. This guy's in base. What happens? He still pulls me. You know, he literally missed 2 of his shots on me. Hits me with the 3rd and immediately pulls me. Didn't have time to react. And then, you know, I show the scoreboard, I look at my damage, make myself feel better about only going 3 and 6, you know. And then I type in chat, GG to everyone but the Daji. And that's really important because at the end of the day, when you have a player like that in your game, you want them to feel bad about it. You want them to feel bad about themselves. So that's why I say that. And, you know, that was probably the best play I made all game, is typing GG to everyone but the Daji. That was probably my best play in this whole video. So, you can see my damage. I'll pause it. I'll show you. You know, gold earned. It's a fair amount of gold. More gold than the Herc, because the Herc is didn't go Watchers. I went Watchers, that's why I got gold. Player damage, you know, higher than the Nox. You know, he was a utility Nox. It was a utility Nox. He didn't do great. He was utility. I saw him miss most of his abilities, but it's okay. I mean, he was like a 1-star Nox. I mean, maybe he shouldn't be missing abilities, but it's okay. I do more than their shitty Sun Wukong, Daji. You know, I do the same as like their Sobek. Their Sobek went pretty ham. Their Kumba went pretty ham. Their Cupid did 38k. Most of that was probably to me, so it didn't even matter. I mean, this guy went 7 and 10. He didn't really do much. Most of his damage was probably me because I was sitting on him every single fight. So that was a low impact damage. Damage mitigated 48k. Almost highest in the game. You know, Sobek actually mitigated a stupid amount of damage because he was fucking in there the whole time. I don't know. What the hell did the Sobek build? I want to know. That's a stupid amount of damage mitigated. What did he build? He built kind of the same as me, honestly, but a little different. Yeah, he went Thebes as well. Thebes is just strong. This is really strong. I think, yeah. That's a lot of protections. But, you know. Oh, that was a cool avatar I got. I just saw that. I might have to go equip that in game. Look, it was a cat. It was a cat. Hold on, go back. Look at it. That's a cool avatar. I'm definitely equipping that right now, bro. Let's go in game. Let's equip it. Let's go. GG easy. Look at that diamond MMR. Oh my god. Yeah. That's you know, played Kuzenbo 4 games in a row. Had a great time today. Yep, that's it for the video. See you next time, boy.